Scott Pilgrim versus the world.
Maybe next time we don't date the girl with 11 evil ex-boyfriends.
Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Episode guys, the movie Maniac here. Okay, so let's talk about a movie that was awful and awesome at the same time. You put that together, and that's Scott Pilgrim versus the world. Now, to be fair, this movie is awesome, but there are a lot of terrible random moments of the movie. But you gotta give you credit for those cool, awesome effects with the fighting scenes. But then there's stuff with the dialogue that just I really didn't care for, and some of the actors are just. So, is it good or bad? Well, let's check out this movie. So let's look at the plot. So the plot is about a guy named Scott Pilgrim. He has a particularly good life. I mean, he's a guy who's in the rock band. His girlfriend is a 17-year-old Asian chick. Wait, wouldn't that be illegal? Because Scott is 23, and his girlfriend is 17. Isn't the rules usually with somebody over 18, whenever they date somebody younger, they would get arrested? I don't know. I find that a little creepy, don't you guys? Oh well, it's just a video game movie, anyways. And then he also has a funny gay roommate guy, and yeah, and then he's got this awesome world where everything's a video game. That's pretty much what this movie is, pretty much a video game. But not until when he sees the beautiful romance flowers romance or whatever. I'll just call her color hair chick. When he first saw her, he just wants her so bad. So, in order to date her, he has to defeat her seven evil exes.
What was that all about? If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
Wow. That's the most complicated love story I ever heard. But at least it's a good excuse to get through the awesome video game fight action sequences. They look so cool. So let me tell you about the good stuff at the movie, because there are plenty. 1. The effects. The effects are amazing to watch. I mean, if you're just any video game lover, especially nostalgia video games like 8-bit back in the past, you will love this movie a lot, because there's a lot of cool fight scenes that feels like a video game. Like, you know, whenever a boss gets defeated, coins, he's how to explode coins, just like in a video game. And also, there's all these fight moves which a video game character would use. That's awesome. That's awesome. And at the end of the movie, Scott Pilgrim uses his awesome flaming sword that has a flaming sword and, you know, slices everybody, and everybody bleeds coins. I mean, that just sounds awesome, right? Yeah, I mean, it really is. Let's see, another thing good, other than the very cool effects. Michael Cera. He is, well, I don't know how to say it. He's good. I mean, I thought he was perfect, and then he was kind of weirdish. I mean, he was good at sometimes. There's a lot of good, funny moments. I mean, I mostly like Michael Cera at like the 3rd act and the 4th act in the movie. That's like the only parts I liked him in. Like, he's funny and he's actually being a good character. But in the first and 2nd act, I'm just like, you're just so awkward to be with. Like, every line he says, I just feel like, ugh. That's just, awkward. Yeah, so I really don't. So I like Michael Cera, and at the same time I didn't like him. So he's okay. And then what about Mary Elizabeth Winstead as the color hair chick? Well, she's pretty good too. I mean, she has this weird. She has this weird thing about her character. She sounds like a robot most of the time. Which I think that's a little bit of a problem, because she does really sound like a robot. I mean, she doesn't sound like she has feelings. Not until at the end she does.
So what you're saying is we are dating? I guess. Does that mean we can make out? Sure.
Yeah, most of the times it's the end of the movie that's always the best part. Yeah. And there are some other cool, funny actors like the band and Scott's sister, who's played by Andra Kendrick, which, by the way, she's attractive, by the way.
Time we don't date the girl with 11 evil ex-boyfriends.
7.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Like in Pitch Perfect. Anyways. But yeah. Oh, and also Scott's gay roommate, he's pretty funny too. And doesn't he look a lot like Macari McCulkin or the Home Alone kid? Yeah, he really does. Or does he nephew or cousins? I mean, the actor for the gay roommate, his last name is Culkin. Just like Macari Culkin, Home Alone kid. Do you think they're maybe related? I don't know. Maybe they're brothers. Maybe they're cousins. Maybe it was his nephew. Maybe it's his... I don't know. That's just pretty interesting, though. So yeah, some of the actors are good, you know. Now let's get to the bad stuff. Like the first act and the second act. I am just like overly hating this movie just because for those random scenes. Everything about this movie is so random. It's like things just come out of your face and you're just so confused. You're just like, what? Oh, what's going on? What? And there's even some dialogue that's so confusing. It's like somebody talk about this and then suddenly changing subject to this. I don't know. Just changing subject. That is so annoying. And I couldn't even handle it. I mean, I'm just saying what? A million times like, what's going on here? That's just so confusing. And the dialogue is so confusing too. I mean, everybody's talking all random and gibberish, and everybody's like changing subject. Let's forget about this. Changing subject. What's the movie trying to do? Forget itself? This is just, I don't know, just random. Way too random. So yeah, that's a big problem. And also, some of the actors aren't that great. Like, Chris Evans, okay, he's funny at sometimes. He's good looking, but he's just a simple boss. He's just a simple boss villain. And plus, he dies in the most lamest way. He goes down as he skateboarded a rail all the way down, and then when he bails, he explodes into coins.
Wow. 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 Yes. He totally bailed. I didn't get his autograph. No.
That is the lamest death ever. Like, literally. If you don't like that death scene, that's cool for you, but I didn't. What? Or even that very first fight with for very first ex. It was freaking confusing. First, the first ex and Scott were just fighting, but then later they started singing like it's a musical, which I'm like, what? Why? What's with all these What's with all these ghost booby girls with vampire teeth or whatever? What's going on? I don't know. That is just way confusing, and those are my very big problems with those movies. With the movie. So yeah. In conclusion, this movie is pretty good. I mean, you have to. I mean, just like Oz the Great and Powerful, you need to skip to the end where it gets way better. I mean, the first act is very confusing. It's very random. Everything's all weird. There's a lot of stuff that's thrown at your face. But then at the second act, it finally stops being random and just goes straight with the story, and all the action scenes look so amazing. And plus, my favorite fight scene is pretty much the very final boss fight, which it looks killer and amazing. I would recommend this movie. I mean, just skip to the third and fourth act. That's pretty much the best part. And the actors are pretty good too. The effects are really amazing to watch. I'm actually surprised this didn't get a Academy Award nomination for Best Visual Effects, because they look so incredible, especially for a video game. So yeah, so is it worth seeing? Sure. For any video game, yeah. For any video game fan, check it out. For a regular person in general, just skip to this third and second act. If you're a Michael Cera fan, go check this movie out. Why would I give this movie a rating? I will give it a B+.
Next time, we don't date the girl with 11 evil exploits.
I mean, all the randomness and stuff took all the way to A's. But a B+. That's still a good rating. That means I liked it. There's still hope. I would buy this movie on Blu-ray even. It's so cool. Yeah. So, my answer question today is, what is your favorite Michael Cera movie? Comment that down below. Check out my other videos. Really cool. And please send me requests of what movies to do. What movies to review. Like and subscribe. I already said that. Check out my Facebook. Look at my other videos. They're really cool. See ya.